Hey, hi everyone, this is Shiva here. I work as Head of Sales Engineering at Fieldproxy. So today let us look into ticket allocation and how it can be done using a Fieldproxy application. So before I show you the application and deep dive into the technicality, I will briefly tell you what this whole application solves for you, right? So let's assume that you are a manager and you have a field team, right? You're managing an AC servicing company, right? And you have certain customers who raise some issues day in and day out, right? And you want to allocate those issues to certain agents who wants to go and resolve those issues, right? So how do we raise these tickets and how it is done through our application is what I'm going to show you today. For example, let's say this is how the interface looks like, right? Manager interface for you. Let's say your customer here has raised a query saying there's been some issue with their AC, right? So how do you do is, so you go into the customer details are already filled in by you prior. So now you need to select the agents. So you have few agents, right? So let's take John here, right? And the reason for the visit is let's say AC fan isn't working is what your customer has raised, right? And it's a general ticket and you want to select the date and time. For example, you want them to go address it today itself, right? By, let's say 9 p.m. Okay. And you apply it and you save it. So as soon as you save it, there is a trigger that goes into play here, right? Your field agents are immediately notified. So if you look at it, as soon as I played that, there's a notification that has been raised here, right? In the application for you. So see, John, you got a visit. So as soon as John clicks on that, it redirects to the interface and you can go into the ticket management. So as I said, we just raised this ticket, right? The fan is not working, the reason for visit. So Jack has to click onto this. Now he has to go on to the location. Every details are already there here, as you see, the customer location and everything. So you just need to click on to that. And once he reaches the location, he needs to check in. So there's some data with the customer already existing there in case he wants to look into certain things. And if he wants to also look into prior visits done, right? Has somebody already been there with the same issue or things? He can also look into the prior visits that are done and what are the reasons why the visit has happened, etc. Right? And the ticketing history also, whatever tickets been raised before for this customer is also being able to track. For example, you can see there's so many issues with this fan not working has been done before, right? Now John has an idea before he gets to work that this is something that's happening frequently, right? And he can check in from the location, that is the customer's location here, and he can save the location and submit it. And once the response is submitted, the next stage of the process is to, once the check-in is done, to put some visit notes, right? What might be the reason of the issue? Old parts or something needs to replace. Yeah? Need to replace the fan. Okay. And he can upload the image from the site, whatever the issue is he wants to take a picture of. Once that is done, he can say if the issue has been solved on site or not. So if he solved his repairs and everything, he can just click on yes. And if any remarks, he can add. If not, he can just mention it as none and then submit the response. Once this is done, data is again collected at the back end. And then once the formalities are done, John can now check out. He can check out from the location from the customer as well. So once this is done, the response is collected back end. So what's happening with all the back end that I've been telling you, right? It's all collected in, and that is reflected as a dashboards for you as a manager, right? So this is a manager view again. You also have this dashboards, right? So this is the ticketing dashboard. So as a manager, you can see what is happening on user wise or on overall with all the users, right? Let's say overall here. So overall, there have been 40 tickets that have been raised, and then none of them are open still. That means your agents done a great job. They cleared all the tickets that were there, and 67% of the tickets were cleared on time, right? And you can also see what is happening on a whole, what all the tickets were there, when whether it's solved and all the data here. Apart from that, you can also see the day wise, right? So if you look into here, you can see on day wise what is happening, right? How many tickets were raised, how many were resolved. So as far you see in the last few days, 100% is the ticket resolving rate, right? If you go down, again, you can also see the metrics here on user level, right? Raj, Mark, and John, how are they performing? Are they resolving all the tickets on time? Or how many tickets overall were there? Have they all been addressed? You can also look into that. And next one is average delay per visits, right? From one visit to another, how much time has it been delayed, right? Once you set a particular time, right? How long is it taking the delay, right? So you can see here, for example, Mark is on average is having a huge delay in time. Whereas in the other hand, John and Raj relatively low. And you can also see in average time spent in location, right? How much time they're spending in the location, etc. And if there are any escalations that happened over time, those metrics are also visible here, right? And further down, you can also see ticket on overall tickets in general, the number of tickets that have raised and how it is. So this is how the dashboards are reflected for you as a manager. That makes you look into data much depth and understand what is exactly happening to all the tickets that have been raised. So if you have any questions regarding the process or how this whole works, feel free to reach out to us. We're happy to help you anytime. And thank you so much for your time. Yeah.